morning, everyone. We are Good Morning Games. My name is Jason,
Hello, this is Alex.
and today we are going to be doing a monumental task. We are going to be ranking the Mario games, at least the main ones.
Yeah, it's a huge task, but we're putting the listeners first, and we're throwing ourselves in the line of fire, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna rank the mainline Marios.
Okay, so looking at this tier list, it has all of them. It also has the Super Mario Makers. We can rank those, and Super Mario Run. If it were up to me, I would say those three should be out. What do you think? We can still do it. I mean, I don't care. We just wouldn't call those three mainline.
Yeah, I think we should leave them in.
Okay, just so we can talk.
I also see that Super Mario All Stars, the original and the newer one. I know those are compilations, so I mean. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need those in there.
Right.
Okay, cool.
All right, well, let's go. I guess let's go. I'll try to go in order. Obviously, I don't know all of them in perfect order, but let's start with the original. Well, actually, let's start with the. You know what it doesn't have? Do we have just the actual original Mario Bros? That's not really in here.
The arcade game? No, we don't.
Yeah. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Mario Bros. For the NES. What do you think?
Super Mario Brothers on the NES should be an A tier game.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say the same thing. Yeah, that's exactly what I would say. It's still fun to this day. I still enjoy it. It's not like this incredible thing. The reason it's great, it's incredible, is because it started it and it's still good, which is very tough to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can go pick this game up and it's intuitive. It handles extremely well. It's still just like platforming perfection, pretty much. But the only reason I would put it in A is because I don't think it's as good as some other Mario games. So that
yeah, 100%.
It can't be an S.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
And we are ranking these as Mario games, not as video games in general.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
this is
definitely.
Yeah. The scale is against the quality that Mario is known for.
Yeah, because a lot of these would be higher otherwise if you're just comparing it with regular games.
Yeah.
So I guess next would be Super Mario Bros. 2, I would assume.
Yep.
Which is also for the NES. So I'll just say my piece. I really like this, and every time I play it, I really like that it's super different. I know it wasn't originally even like a Mario game.
Yeah, it was Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah. I really enjoy it, but I will say I have never played it all the way through, so I can't enjoy it that much. I've gotten like really far, but I don't think I've ever fully completed it.
The first time I fully completed this game was on the Switch using the rewind feature to do it, because it's not an easy game, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did complete it, and it was fun. I think it's a fun game too. It's not as good as Super Mario Brothers, I don't think. Yeah. It's a little clunkier. It's just so weird, like the throwing veggies and stuff, and
yeah,
the
so
enemies.
Different.
It's so different.
But it was cool that I really did like that all the characters play differently. Peach floats, Luigi jumps really high. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, that is. Like the potions that take you to the other warp zones or whatever. Like that's such a strange Mario thing. I'm good to put this in the B tier.
Yeah, me too. And you know what? Even though another thing that I think can be brought up that's cool about this is like, even though people always kind of mention how, or if you know the history of it, they say, you know, it wasn't actually a Mario game. They actually still, like, a lot of the characters in this went on to be characters in like Mario the franchise.
Yeah,
like they took a lot of characters from this, and you know, they still are in there today. So yeah. Okay. So then we can go to Super Mario Brothers 3. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is up there with my personal favorite Mario games. I would easily put this in the S tier. I think it pushed the franchise forward in a huge way. The overworld, all the hidden secrets in this game are so fun to collect. Like even today, like flying up into the clouds and finding different secrets and stuff is so fun. Yeah, it added the Tanuki Mario and the leaf to give you the tail and the ears to fly. Um, it was just awesome. It controlled really well. It wasn't, you just played as Mario or just played as Luigi. Got rid of pretty much everything that Super Mario 2 did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, God, it's good. I still play this probably once a year. Just hop in and bust out a few worlds. And the World 5 in the clouds is incredible. The giant levels, I still remember like playing those at such an early age. I love the ice world. Um, the desert world, the second world, has so many hidden secrets in it. It's just great. I just love everything about this game.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same. I would say of the NES games, this is by far the best one, and I would also say it did a lot of things cool. I mean, this was really the first one with a major overworld, and it was awesome. And I loved like one of the things you didn't mention, like just like mini games that they had on the overworld, and they had those like little like where I can't think of his name,
Toad houses.
Yeah, the Toad houses. I was thinking of the what's his name who throws the boomerang. But it was like
the Boomerang Bros or the Hammer Bros.
Yeah. All you had to do was they'd have like little areas where all you had to do was kill them, and then that was it. You like little houses along the way. But yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think this did. It was. I mean, obviously 1 and 2 were so different, but this took what 1 was trying to be and kind of took it to the next level. So yeah, it was awesome. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, it's so good. It pushed everything forward. The graphics and art design are great. I would love a direct sequel to Super Mario 3. Just the same art style, same whole thing. Just do that. That would be awesome.
Nice. So you know what we did skip over was the lost levels.
Yeah, the Japanese Mario 2.
Yeah, so we can just talk on that real quick. This game's really hard.
It's impossibly hard. It's so hard.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about this. I played it one time recently. I played it more than one time, but I beat it recently. Like you, probably when the 3D All Stars was coming out, I wanted to play a bunch of these, and like it to me, it's just a worse version of Mario 1. It's just like too hard that it's not really fun. But it's still, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not fun. It's just not as fun. I didn't have as much fun as I did with the first one.
I like it, but only because it feels like a weird fan-made, super challenging Mario game. It doesn't feel like it was made by Nintendo, which is strange. It's super hard. Can't emphasize how hard this game is enough. Like, it's very challenging. So I like that just because I like crazy, weird platforming challenges. But I recognize that this is not a great Mario game. I'm good with the C tier or even D tier.
I'm fine with C. I'm definitely fine with C. Okay. Yeah, because, I shouldn't even say probably what I said. It's not that I guess I don't dislike it because it's hard. It was just that it didn't do anything new except the first one harder, Like, it just all the other ones, they're all pretty different from each other. And for people who don't know, from what I understand, this was made. It was supposed to be the sequel to to Mario Bros. And then they pretty much thought it was going to be too hard for like the Western audience, so they were like, we'll just put a new coat of paint on some different game and call that Mario 2 for America. But I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was the sequel. I mean, I think it was Mario 2 for Japan.
Yeah, it was. As far as I know, I mean, it says right there on the art, the number 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy hard. I probably a good call. It wasn't released as Mario 2 here because people would be like, "How the hell am I supposed to beat this game?"
Yeah.
But okay.
Cool. All right. So then, on the SNES is Super Mario World. I'm just gonna go ahead and toss this in S. This is my personal favorite 2D Mario.
Yeah.
I just this one's awesome. I've played it a million times. Just the same thing you said about Super Mario 3. Whereas there was just so many secrets and so many different paths you could take, and like you'd find just like, I don't know, it was so cool when you would find. I just loved how the map was set up, and I can't remember. there was always like ways to figure out if there was a secret ending, and it was awesome, and everything was so different. It was a huge world. Yeah, this is my favorite. The levels were all very different.
Yeah, it's I go back and forth between which one's my favorite. They're both like a 100 out of 100 for me. I love them both so much. This one brought Yoshi into it. We got the cape from the feather power up. This allowed you to bank items and switch like while you're playing the game, not just have the bank, to switch while you're in the overworld like Mario 3 had. The Star Road. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The Star Road. I mean, I remember being a kid like trying to complete the Star World and just having a hell of a time, like finding all the secrets with the different colored Yoshis that had the different power-ups. Even the final boss in this, the Bowser fight, was kind of tough as a kid. Like it was pretty challenging fight. All the worlds, all the secrets. I remember forever trying to figure out how to unlock the first bonus area towards the beginning of the game where you can just go in and get the 2 feather power-ups and a Yoshi and dip out. That took me forever to unlock. The Boo houses scared the shit out of me as a kid.
The Boo houses were awesome.
But yeah, they're great. They have so many secrets in them. They don't make games like this anymore with this amount of secrets that are difficult to find. Like, I feel like nowadays it's really handholdy. It's when it comes to secrets, it's like, let's point you right where it is, and there's like no sense of discovery attached to finding the secrets, but that is very present in Mario World, and that is an awesome game.
Yeah, I could be forgetting about some games, but off the top of my head, I feel like this is like the pinnacle of like 2D side scroll gaming, like being a huge game. Like this was just, there was so much put into it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so this is probably my favorite like 2D side scroller, if you want to call it platformer, I would say.
Yeah, platformer.
Yeah. Okay, so I think probably the next 2 we'll do before 64 are the Super Mario Lands.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we were talking before. I've played both of these and I beat both of them, and I have memories of both of them. But I remember playing them on my Game Boy. But I just don't I can't go into super detail about either of them. I just remember I remember loving them both. I remember we'll go on Super Mario Land first. I remember there was like a bunch of stuff where you would fly a ship and shoot it. And you could be underwater in like a submarine and shooting it. I remember thinking those were awesome. It was different. I think it was created by.
It was super different.
I think it was a different developer that did it. And that's why that developer, I can't think of who it was at the top of my head, but I think that they did both the lands, and that's why it was different. But yeah, I feel weird ranking it because I haven't played it in so long, but I loved it when I was 8 or 9 with a Game Boy.
Yeah, I know. These 2 are tough to rank for me too. It's been a long time since I played them, but I can remember playing them on the original Game Boy with like the yellow screen, and I can remember enjoying them. It's just hard to, like say how much I would like it going back to today.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of lumping these together, and I also remember in the second one. I don't know. I remember really liking that. It was like one of my favorite Game Boy games. But again, it's just tough. I just remember the worlds were super different. They were all everything was, I don't know. It was very different. And I don't know. I really liked them both, but I'm also like, I don't really know where to rank them. If I were to guess right now, I would probably put them both at B.
All right.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, let's just put them in. I was going to say C, but I don't want to slight them.
We'll see. We'll put them in B and see where we end up. But
yeah,
it's just tough because I haven't played them in so long. So it's like I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, I guess it would have to be 64.
Yep. 64 going down into the D column, D row.
Yeah, we'll put that right in Crash.
No.
Yoink.
Yeah, that gets yoinked right up to the S. Mario 64, kind of the same, you know, deal as Mario 3 and Mario World, in that it pushed everything forward for the new console, the 64. First 3D Mario, it kind of created a whole new genre of this 3D platformer that was copied for years on end when the 64 and PlayStation were the big systems. um the flying cap is great. The star, like having to collect stars, being able to backtrack to different levels, having like however many 8 stars per level, 7 stars per level to collect was awesome. Gives you incentive to explore different areas of each level. The overworld being the castle and jumping into the portraits is, really cool step forward, really creative way to explore a game, I thought. I don't know what else to say. If you haven't played Mario 64 yet, you probably should.
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I just played this again with 3D All Stars, and like, apart from obviously like the camera having to be, you have to hit the C buttons or whatever on the 64 to move it. Apart from that, like, it still holds up so well. I did not have an N64 like right when the N64 came out, and all my friends did, and specifically one of my friends, Jake, had it. And I would go to Jake's house every single day, whether he wanted me there or not. And I would just go up in his room and play this game. Like, literally, like, I didn't even want to hang out with him. Like, I just used him so that I could play Mario 64. And
I think that's the second time on this pod you've talked about Jake
Probably.
using him for his N64.
Yeah, probably. Because, I didn't have an N64 right away. And, like, I just remember I would go over and he would, like, be outside playing football with his brother. And I would be inside mute playing his N64. I bet his parents hated me.
Football's stupid.
Yeah, but obviously, this was amazing. It was so unique at the time, and it stands the test of time. I mean, I know people who aren't used to like that. If you're younger and you didn't play with the N64, I'm sure the camera is a bit of a bug, a little of a bother. Because I saw people saying that when 3D All Stars came out. It's like, I can't get used to the camera.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's just, you can't do anything about that. I mean, that's how it was. But the gameplay itself was amazing.
Yeah, the camera is kind of wonky, but I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't think it's a bad camera.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it bad.
I was fine to play the whole way through.
Yeah.
Recently on the Switch, so.
It's one of the best games ever made, Mario 64. If you ask people what their favorite game is, a lot of people are going to say Mario 64.
Yeah, at least anyone over 25.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so then I guess next is Sunshine. Let me say my piece first, because
all right, let's hear it.
So I have two sides to this. So first off, I did recently play it again. I played through all the games on 3D All Stars, and it was not as good as I remember. So first off, this one gets bashed by far the most of like the 3D games. Everyone ranks it at the bottom. I understand why. And when I played it again in 3D All Stars, I didn't like it as much as I did when I was younger. But when I was younger and when this came out, it was my favorite game. I loved it. I still think, even when I played it now, I think that the world is so cool. I love Delfino Island. I love like the music. The water never really bugged me. Some people hated it, I know. I don't know. I think it gets more hate than it deserves, but I did notice a lot more flaws when I played it this time. But I guess all I'm really saying is, like, I still think it's a good game. I know it gets bashed on a lot, but I don't think it is a bad game.
I don't think it's a bad game, but I think it's not a great Mario game. Maybe not. I mean, it's the least polished Mario game that I can think of. Maybe outside of one of those Game Boy games, but it's like, it definitely has some glitches and some bugs in it that you don't really expect from Mario games. But it still is fun. I don't think it's a bad game, but it's tough to rank. I was gonna say B, but I feel like you're gonna be pressing for A. but it's definitely better than the Game Boy games. So maybe
Yeah,
those go down to C and Sunshine goes into B.
sure, we can do that. I mean, yeah, I mean, no, that's fine. I mean, it's tough because I guess like yes, I would probably put it in A, but I also know that a huge part of that's nostalgia because I just like played it when I was a kid and loved it when I was a kid. So it's not when I played it again, I definitely noticed the glitches more. I think that the blue coins are fucking annoying, and I didn't really think that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine with B, but I do think if people haven't played it, I say give it a shot because I think it's really unique. There's no other Mario game that's like it.
Yeah, they did try to do something new. It was weird that I don't know if weird's the right word, but Mario 64 came out in 96 and Sunshine came out in 2002. So there was a big 6-year gap between Mario games. And when it came out after 6 years and it still had bugs and stuff in it, I think people were like, what the hell's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
they had 6 years to make this thing. And it just feels unpolished. But um, yeah, we'll put it in the B tier. I actually haven't played it in a long time. I haven't touched it on the 3D All Stars.
Oh,
I played 64 and Galaxy, and I skipped Sunshine.
Oh, you gotta fire it up. Why
I'll
not?
give it another shot.
Yeah, why not? I will say one thing that was I really liked in it is there's the sections if you remember where there's like a section in every world where you go into like an area and you're in flood, the water is like taken away from you, and it's this like space area kind of, and it's just a platforming challenge. Like they have a platforming challenge in every stage, and that's really awesome. I just wanted to throw that out there for anyone who
Yeah,
knows.
you got to call that out.
Yeah. Okay. Next,
After Sunshine, we got New Super Mario Brothers DS.
which is this one. Okay, so this one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so one of these I played and one of them I literally have not played. I think I did play this one. This was the more regular one, right? And it wasn't like New Super Mario Bros. 2 DS, like something all about coins.
I mean, they both. I mean, New Super Mario Brothers is the first in the new series, and that's the one that introduced the giant mushroom.
Yep.
And New Super Mario 2 wasn't quite as good.
Yep.
It was a direct sequel, but I don't know, it was just kind of boring and unimaginative. So
Okay, I didn't play New Super Mario Bros. 2 then.
okay, yeah, I think that's right because I got it and I remember asking you about it if you had it, and I don't think you did. So
yeah, I had the first one. It was pretty good. I liked other ones more. I mean, I don't know. The thing is that like, I feel like it's with all the new Super Mario Bros. Series, it's tough. I don't know. It's just tough to rank them because they're good games, but a lot of them didn't do much new.
Right, which is weird because they're called new.
Yeah.
It was like the first time they came back to 2D after 64 and Sunshine, so that was something. It felt like a real Mario game on the DS, which was cool. More so than like the Mario Land games did, where those felt like kind of scaled down Mario games. Like this felt like a real game on DS. I liked the giant mushroom. I thought that was really fun. I can remember really enjoying this game, playing it, however many, 15 years ago now. Yeah, I think I'd go up to the B tier for this one.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I definitely remember enjoying it a lot. And I was happy that it was back to 2D. But then, again, I haven't played New Super Mario Bros. 2, so that's all you.
Okay. Well, let's do. Do you want to do that one now, or do you want to keep going in order?
Yeah, sure. It would next have been New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
The next is actually Mario Galaxy.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with S.
Yeah, it's got to go up in the S tier.
Yeah.
The music in this game is fucking incredible.
Yeah. Fully orchestrated, I believe. Yeah, it felt like such a big presentation. Like I remember before it came out, I remember thinking I wasn't going to like it as much because I remember seeing previews and like you go on these small planets and you jump from planet to planet, and I was like, oh man, like I miss feeling like you were like exploring a huge world. But like the way they did it was so seamless, and like you just jump or go
Mm-hmm.
and you just fly to the other one. So it does feel like it's all one world. And this goes for obviously both the Galaxy games, but yeah, they nailed it. I just remember it was it was unbelievable. Music, like you said, was unbelievable, and yeah, they did a really good job of incorporating space, which is a tough thing to do in this type of series.
Yeah. It looks great, it sounds great, it plays great. This was the first time I got Rosalina, I think.
Yep.
I think this was her introduction, so that was cool to get like a new princess character in the Mario games. Yeah, the physics are just nuts when you think about it being on
Yeah.
the Wii and like not really having that kind of game ever before, at least not one that I can remember. Yeah, just running around these spheres in outer space and like having to um I don't know, just keep track of like running upside down, and like there would be pipes that took you from the bottom to the top of the planets. It was awesome. The little star bits that you could shoot with point and shoot with the Wii remote were kind of fun. Yeah, it's an S tier game.
Nice. Yeah, and then Galaxy 2 expanded on that. I will say I only played Galaxy 2 once. I know that
Mhm.
everyone, a lot of people say it's better than the first one. I can't really remember if I liked it better than the first one. I know that Yoshi was in it. I remember liking it about the same as the first one.
Yeah.
I've just played the first one more times than the second.
Yeah, I would put it in S tier as well because it is just as good, if not better. Adding Yoshi to it was amazing,
Yeah.
and this was like, they don't do they didn't do two on 64. They didn't do like a 64 two. They didn't do two Marios on GameCube. Like, I feel like on Galaxy they were like, oh, this is awesome, we better do a second one. So yeah, I mean, I'm good with Galaxy 2 being an S, definitely.
Okay, nice.
Man, there's a lot of good Mario games.
I know. Okay, so next let's do New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yeah.
So I we had a blast playing this game. I mean,
Oh yeah.
like
oh yeah.
this game was a blast. This was of all the new games. Again, like I said, I didn't play the New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the DS, but like of all those new ones, this was the best. This was like the first time it was just awesome. It felt like Mario was back. It was
Yeah.
it was so cool to play it on the Wii with like people and bubbling,
Bubbling.
popping people's bubbles. Um, yeah, I love this. I would probably put it in A, because like again, it didn't do anything like crazy different, crazy new. But I just had so much fun with it that I feel like it belongs in A. I would understand if people say it's lower than that because like, I mean, we're looking at B and there's some amazing games. This wasn't anything like. I mean, it was just a Mario game, 8 worlds. Nothing was new about the worlds, but I don't know. I just had so much fun.
The multiplayer was, for me, what made it so fun.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was stupid, like
No way.
how your characters don't overlap each other. Like there's actual physics when your characters hit each other.
Mhm.
I thought that was awesome. It
Yep.
made it a lot of fun. It is more fun playing with people
For
than by
sure.
yourself, but it is still a good solo player game. Some of the levels are incredible in this game. I'm good for
Nice.
A tier on New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Yeah.
That game, that's definitely the best one in the new series, I think.
Yeah. Again, yeah. That was kind of when we were both in college, and so like we were always around a bunch of dudes. So like you always had people to like play with. So
Yep.
I mean that's probably part of it is that we always had multiplayer. Like all my roommates, whatever, anything like that.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
played a ton of that.
So yeah, I'm good with that. And then okay, so what do we want to do next? You make
Next is 3D Land.
okay. 3D Land. 3D Land,
which I've never played.
I played 3D Land, but I get the levels confused with 3D World. Like, so I'm not gonna be able to pick up like, you know, which one was which. I remember I really liked it, and I thought in my head, I hope that they make a bigger version of this for a console.
Yeah. Hey, it turns out.
Yeah, it turns out they did. This is another one of those where, you know, not that this is abnormal, but there's a lot of these Mario games that I've really only played once. I mean, I guess that a normal person...
There's a lot of games here.
I know. For a normal person, why would you play a game more than once? But, yeah, this is another one I only played once. So I don't have, like I said, I can't pull specific things, but I remember when I played it thinking, like, oh, this is an awesome idea to mix 3D and 2D, and it was something new,
Yeah.
and they ended up bringing that into 3D World. But just because of the fact that it was a 3DS, I feel like it didn't have the full capabilities of being on a bigger system, so it probably wasn't as, like, massive. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say, like, I'd probably put it B. But that's only because I would put, spoiler alert, I would put 3D World as an A. So,
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's put it in B. I mean, I haven't played it, so I'll just go with you on that one.
Okay. Yeah, and if someone wants to bitch at us, that's not one to bitch at us at, because I don't, like, have enough memory. It could be C, but I just remember having fun, and I remember thinking it was a really cool idea. Okay, what's next?
Next is New Super Mario Bros. 2 for 3DS.
All right, go for it.
That's the worst new game, I think. It's not that it's bad, it's just boring and unimaginative, and it felt kind of like a cash grab.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was like, I would play it. I think I downloaded it before I had a long flight or something, and I was like, okay, this will be great for the plane. And it was great for the plane ride. And then I didn't really have a desire to play it much, you know, after a couple plane trips, maybe in the car when I was with somebody or something. Like, I wasn't in a hurry to sit down at home and play this on my 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
I would put this in the C tier.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe
D.
Maybe D.
I mean, I've heard some bad things about it, but I never played it, so I don't know.
Yeah, put it in the D.
Put it in D, so we at least...
I didn't even finish it. Okay, so for me to not finish a Mario game, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, D. I mean, yeah, it's got to be, because you've been kind of trashing on it, and I stand by liking the Super Mario Land games. So let's put that in the trash.
Put it in the trash.
Okay.
After that, we got New Super Mario Brothers U.
Okay, so this is a weird one because I actually don't think it's a bad game. It's just we were all over this at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like, I think that was kind of the consensus with this, is it's like, all right, you've done this many new Super Mario Bros. And this one barely added anything. It added the acorn.
Yeah.
The map was like the same as the one on the Wii, just like a little bit different. It's just tough because it's hard to, when I think of this game, it's hard to, you know, take that away, like to separate the fact that, like, maybe if this was New Super Mario Bros. Wii instead of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I would have loved it. It's just that we were all tired of it by then. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, this was the fourth new Super Mario game. It had, so, you know, we had 3 versions of this same game pretty much prior to this. Didn't do a lot to push the series forward. And if you had been listening to this podcast, you'll know that, you know, a lot of these games push it forward. So to have 4 games in a series, you know, and the 4th one doesn't really do much new. The only thing that it did new was it utilized the Wii U gamepad.
Mm-hmm.
So like a 5th person, you could have 4 people with controllers, and then the 5th person could have the Wii U gamepad, and they could touch on the screen to like put platforms to either help you or to like try to make you die or whatever, to fall down a hole. and it wasn't like it was something to do, but like I never wanted to be the person doing that.
No, yeah. I feel like that was just something they added on because they're like, oh, we got to have something we can do with this gamepad. We got to utilize it because it was a launch game.
Yeah. But that being said, that it was like there were fun moments in this game.
Yeah, me too. Because that's kind of what I'm struggling with is because it's like when I first think of the game, I'm like, oh, Mario U was trash. But like, it really wasn't. I remember that I liked it. It's just that it was like, okay, like when I was playing, as I'm playing it, it's like, okay, I played this a million times.
Yeah, exactly. It was just I got it on Switch for some reason. I got the new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, and boy, I mean, even that was like, I played it a good amount, but it was just because I wanted to play a Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 2D Mario, and there weren't a lot of options on Switch at the time. So, I don't know. It's not great. It's not good. I'd probably say C tier.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Let's pop it in the C tier because I mean, the multiplayer was a lot of fun once again, but it wasn't as fun or breakthrough as the one on the Wii. I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Next is 3D World.
All right, so yeah, like I said, I would put this in A. I think it's great. I don't know. I think I mean it's kind of it was something that they hadn't done before. I mean, obviously they did it with 3D Land, but it was really cool. I loved the overworld. I loved the Captain Toad levels, which started Captain Toad.
Oh yeah, yes, this did introduce Captain Toad.
Yeah, and it was really, really unique. I remember that like there were never, for however many levels there were, you were still throughout the entire game like there would be a new mechanic introduced like 3 levels later. Be like, whoa, there's never been a level like this, or like there's some other thing that they introduced all the way through. Like they never are like, okay, now we're just repeating these types of things. So I really liked that. I thought that it's kind of crazy to me that this should I mean, obviously it was years later, so they hadn't developed it, but this should have been the launch game for the Wii U instead of the Super Mario Bros. U. Yeah,
I agree with that. It would have been a lot better received, and it would have been a bigger time gap between the new games, and maybe people would be ready to go back to that. But man, Super Mario 3D World, it's kind of deceiving because this is really, I think at its core, a 2D Mario game on a 3D plane. Like it doesn't play like a 64 or Galaxy or anything like that, or not Galaxy. Well, yeah, I guess Galaxy and Sunshine and Odyssey. It plays more like a 2D game. I love this game a lot. I just played it through on the Switch at the beginning of the year. It's man, the cat suit is awesome. I like the cat suit. There's some really inventive levels. For some reason, seeing Mario go through a clear pipe rather than the standard green one was like oddly satisfying. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, shooting through.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in this game that you haven't seen in a Mario game before that I really like. I'm good with A tier. I could be persuaded for S tier, but I think high end A tier feels right.
We'll put it there. High end A.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would feel the same. Like if somebody said, "Oh, that's S," I'd be like, "All right, well, you're not wrong."
I mean, if it was the version with Bowser's Fury, I would say go S because Bowser's Fury is really awesome.
Nice. Okay, are we doing the Mario Makers?
Yeah, let's just do them.
All right, so
the first one.
I'll just say this is tough for me. You should probably talk more, only because I don't enjoy building levels. And that's not. I'm not trying to take away from the game itself. I'm just saying I don't know if I'm the person to talk to because I did play both Maker 1 and 2 quite a bit, but it was just to play other people's levels. So that's not a huge point of this game. So I feel like I shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely did more playing other people's levels than making my own level, but I did make a handful of levels in each one. So just start with Super Mario Maker. This was one of the best maybe the best Wii U game if we're not counting Breath of the Wild. Like this game used the Wii U gamepad so well.
Yeah.
It was really well done. It was unheard of, like to be able to make your own Mario level using something from Nintendo to do that, and then like being able to share it. I really like Mario Maker. Eventually, though, like the online, I thought kind of became a mess. It was just people making automatic levels where you would just start and then like you'd be pushed through the level, which was impressive, but like that's not what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to play levels. So yeah, the online there it was sometimes hard to find a level worth playing, because people were just making crazy stuff, which is what you're supposed to do. But it is a really cool thing to have on the Wii U. I can't remember. Did the first one have any sort of story mode, or was that only in the second one?
I think it was only in the second one, from what I remember.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, maybe it was like a 10-course challenge or something like that.
Yes, that's what they did. Yeah, they had the 10-course challenges and like.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah.
I'd put this in the A tier, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like I feel like a lot of people love it. I feel like a lot of people think it's better than the second one, and I had a lot of fun with it when I did play it.
That's weird because I would also put 2 in the A tier.
Right? Well, we can do it. That's fine. I
would.
Yeah. I mean, the story mode was obviously amazing. I'm fine with it. I didn't make levels, so it's hard to tell. I just have heard people's opinions usually have said it's a little bit worse, but I think it's more so probably just because of not having the gamepad and so
it was easier to make levels on the first one, but the second one has the more fleshed out story mode, and I feel like those counterbalance each other, and I would put them both in A.
Sure. I mean, that's fine with me. I didn't make many levels, so I feel like I don't have as much of a say. Super Mario Run, mobile trash.
D.
Yeah, it's D.
I hate to say it, but it kind of is D.
I mean, yeah, I had fun when I played it with one hand. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't count. I wouldn't put that in the a real Mario game.
Yeah. No.
All right.
D.
Then Odyssey, we gotta go S, baby.
It's going S.
Yeah. What a game. What a cool concept. Like after all these years, they still come up with. I just remember that first trailer. It wasn't even the first trailer.
Oh my God,
it was the second trailer that they had, like months after the first one, where he threw his hat on the toad and then went into him, and you're like, what? The first trailer it didn't even show that you could capture characters, but it just showed him in New Donk City, and that also had you like, what?
The New Donk City level like reveal was insane. I think that happened during the Switch reveal.
Yeah, it did. And then that E3 at June is when it showed the capture mechanic. So that it's crazy that they completely held that back, and that's like the main point of the game. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you could say. This game's awesome. It does everything right. Feels great to play. It's super smooth. I really liked the moon thing because you could just explore, and that was kind of an issue with the other ones. Is when you got a star, it took you out of the level. And I liked that it didn't do that with this. And I also loved the end, like the dark side of the moon or whatever, was pretty tough, and it was awesome.
Yeah, this game, the moon collecting, like you said, like how you didn't have to restart the level after finding a moon was really awesome. I love the airship thing, and I love the whole travel aesthetic of the game where you can find or buy like the travel stickers and just put them all over your airship, the hat ship or whatever.
Costumes.
The costumes are great. Had a lot of fun just buying random shit for Mario in this game. Man, I don't know. We could talk for hours about how great Mario Odyssey is, I feel like, but really it's just I think it's the second best Switch game. I mean, just because I'm a Breath of the Wild stan. Yeah. So, I mean, it's this. If Zelda wasn't on there, this would be the best Switch game. It might be my favorite Mario game.
Yeah, it probably is mine too.
if I take nostalgia out of the question and like don't think about Mario World or Mario 3, like
Yeah.
I think I could on some days say that Mario Odyssey is my favorite Mario game.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
I think I
I
might.
love the new enemies, love the capture.
I think I might start it up again.
Yeah, it's
I
time.
haven't played it in a while. Yeah. So, yeah, this list is pretty solid.
Pretty good.
I definitely, I'm just looking like definitely all the S games are absolutely S games. So that's the
Yes.
most important thing when it comes to one of these lists. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I would change. So we got 64, World, Mario 3, the Galaxies, and the Odyssey up in the S tier. 3D World, the original Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Wii, new Super Mario Wii, and the Maker games in the A tier. Super Mario 2, Sunshine, new Super Mario on DS, and 3D Land on B tier. Lost Levels, the 2 original Game Boy games, and Super Mario Brothers U in the C tier. New Super Mario Brothers 2 and Super Mario Run in the D tier. That feels right. Honestly, New Super Mario Brothers 2 in the D tier is still probably like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's still a pretty good game.
Yeah.
It's still better than a lot of games, which is crazy because like it kind of gets trashed when compared to all the other Marios. So that just shows you the bar, the quality bar, how high it is for Super Mario Brothers games. Can't wait for whatever the next one is. Hopefully it's Odyssey 2.
It's gotta be. I don't. It's unbelievable to me that hasn't been announced. But yeah.
That team's working on something.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'm good with this list. If I had my own perfect world, I probably would have.
You're gonna move Sunshine.
I'd probably move Sunshine. I'd probably move Sunshine up and put Maker 2 one down. But I'm fine with this because I understand it's not all about me.
Yeah, I could be talked into that too. I don't know.
It's fine.
They're both great.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we will be back next week, hopefully.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at GM Games Podcast. And yeah, hopefully, we'll be back next week with some more stuff to talk about. Thank you for listening.
All right. Thanks, guys, and we will see ya.
We'll see you.